mic is live and clear for you and all to hear. Knockem dead. Knockem dead. Comedy show.
No.
Hi, everybody. Sorry, we're a little late this morning. Technical stuff. Sorry about that. How's everybody doing this morning? It is the Knockem Dead Comedy Radio Show. We're coming at you live from govsradio.com from the legendary Governor's Comedy Club here in the legendary Levittown, in the legendary Long Island, the legendary Sallie, and the legendary me. How's that? Hi, everybody. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody is safe and sane and happy and hanging in there. We're going to start off with some good news, right?
Oh, no, I don't know. We have good news.
Marinas and golf courses are reopened. Boatyards, Governor Cuomo, New Jersey, and Connecticut. They said marinas, boatyards, and marine manufacturers will be allowed to open for personal use as long as strict social distancing and sanitation protocols are followed. Chartered watercraft services or rentals will not be allowed. Restaurant activity such as sites is limited to takeout or delivery only, while golf courses are not essential and cannot have employees working on premise. Groundskeeping may be done, and private operators may permit individual access to the property so long as there are no gatherings of any kind and appropriate social distancing of 6 feet between individuals is strictly adhered to.
You
It's
have
a start.
A lot to say.
It's a start. You can get out on the golf course. You can stay 6 feet away from the guys you're playing with. It's a start. So this is great news. This is great news. It's a start. We're getting somewhere finally. I know it's a little start, and it doesn't mean much for a lot. It doesn't mean anything for me. I'm not a golfer.
Or a boater.
Or a boater. I enjoy going on a boat, but I don't know anything about it.
I don't think I've ever seen you on a boat.
It's not high on my list, but I do enjoy it. Yeah, we've been on a boat together. Good to know you've savored those memories.
I'm trying to remember when. We did? Whose boat?
Shut up. But this is still a good start. So I'm looking at this as a positive thing. I'm all excited about it. Hopefully this is, again, just this, baby steps towards getting back out in the world. And speaking of positivity, we have Les Deegan calling in today.
Wow, no one's more positive than Les. Although that's too much pressure to put on someone. Like, you don't want to be like, oh, you're so positive. Because then you feel like you can't just be normal and complain if you want to. Like,
but that's the beauty of Les Deegan. He is normally that way.
Yeah, but what if just today he wants to be the guy who's like, it's freaking Monday, everything sucks, I'm sick of pulling dandelions, and I want my life back.
I bet the man still smiles when he says stuff like that.
He is so nice. I met his wife, too.
Les Deegan says he doesn't golf or boat. Sorry, Les, but he can learn. There you go. See that? Kenny Sevlin says people are stupid. All right, so we're off and running with Kenny Sevlin. Kenny, don't call. When he starts off that way, forget it. Hello, Joe Staz. Hello, Gina Conjemi Coffin. Hello, Daniel Asher. Hello, Felix. Hello, Jeff Bosey. Hello, Tim Ciliani. Hello, Carol Miner. Hello, Tina. Did I miss anybody? I hope I didn't. If I did, I apologize.
Tim Ciliani's story.
Yeah, man.
I knew he was sick like everyone else. Like, I mean, I don't know. Half people have had this thing. So, yeah, I knew that he had gotten it because, everyone's been making jokes how, like, Carla Okerson, it was like, it's like the Black Plague. She got, like, a whole bunch of people sick. And
the Black what?
He was one of them. The Black Plague.
Plague?
Plague.
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 I thought you said plague.
Plague.
I think you said plague the first time.
Plague off. But seriously, he was talking about like his lot in life and in the hospital, and he was really, 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 really ill. Like he was concerned that he wasn't coming out, and Tim doesn't strike me as a someone who overreacts to anything, So I was really sad to hear that he was so ill, but so happy to hear that he came out.
He came out. He made it out all right. I mean, he's still coughing, but he seems to be definitely rebounding. Tim Ciliani, the Domestic Disturbance podcast we had on here on Govs Radio Friday night. Tim definitely. I mean, all three hosts, Carla Okerson, Mike Keegan, and Tim had it.
Yeah, but Carla and Mike
they weren't
didn't go to the
hospitalized,
hospital.
and Tim, he flat out said he was close to death. He said he even thought himself that he was not going to make it out of there. He thought he was never going to see his kid again, a daughter, if I'm not mistaken. I had no idea it was that bad for the guy. So so very happy to hear that he's home and slowly getting better.
And it is weird because like people, like we're all quarantined to our own homes and stuff, and you just like you picture people how you want to picture them, like they're in their house hanging with their kids, watching bad movies, whatever. But because you're not hearing from them. But like it is scary to think like a lot of people you're not hearing from. It's because they're in the hospital. Yeah.
Well, and even Joe Stas says they're opening the beaches down there in Florida. Meanwhile, there's 1,400 more positive cases. Hello, Tony. Hello, Russ.
Yeah, I don't want to go too fast on this.
I can't speak for Florida, but here in New York, we've been having a steady decline of hospitalizations. The amount of people being discharged has been outnumbering the people being admitted. It's been that way for, I'm going to say, I think it's like 5 days now, which may not sound like much, 5 days, but it's been steady that way for 5 days, and we've never had that since all this mess started. So it definitely looks like here in New York, we're past the peak.
Because we got clobbered. I saw like some tech stuff that I thought was interesting. Amazon, because, Amazon probably hired 1 billion new employees to get everything to our homes.
Yeah.
They came out with a thermal camera for their warehouse. So as you're walking through the warehouse, it scans you like the employee. Like the employee walks through the warehouse and it scans you if you have a fever.
No kidding.
Yeah, I thought that was like cool.
What do? You walk through a metal detector type?
Pretty much, yeah. It's a scanning thing. You just you don't even realize. You're just walking in the door, and if you have a fever, it kind of goes off. It's
Wow.
Yeah, it's nice because they were doing a forehead scanning for 4,000 employees every day. So it's nice. And
Wow.
then they haven't. I don't think they've implemented this yet, but on the Bluetooth on your iPhone, they're coming up with a thing where if you have been exposed, your phone
Will be exposed to.
you can tell your phone that you've been exposed, and then the Bluetooth on the phone will anonymously contact the phones who've been in the same area as you at that point. And it'll tell, let's say you were exposed and you don't even know it. Your phone will ring and it'll say, "Hey, by the way, you
All right, wait
have
a
been
minute.
exposed."
I go to the supermarket.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody in that supermarket. I get my French fries because I'm out of French fries, by the way, and we can't find any.
That's a whole other story.
A little edgy.
This is getting the struggle's real. We've been to two different stores, and they don't have the French fries Tony likes.
Wow. All right. Carol Miner is mentioning some personal friends. Hope Jim and his family are well. Hope Jim and his family are well. 2 Jims. Wow. Thanks for that info, Carol. Matt Daniel Baker is watching. Matt Daniel Baker all the way over there in England. The Independent Music Awards. He's been nominated for Best Director for the
nice.
Elio Pace Elvis Presley concert video. Oh, congratulations to you, Matt. Thanks for watching. All right, so you're telling me I go to the supermarket, I buy my French fries, and I buy my chopped meat, and I leave. Mm-hmm. I don't know a single person in this store. You're telling me that if my phone, however it gets, whether I tell it or somehow it finds out that I'm positive for corona, you're telling me that phone would then reach out to all those strangers' phones, nobody that I ever met in my life, in that supermarket, and let them know, hey, you were just in the vicinity of somebody with symptoms?
I think so. That's what they're working on. They're working on Bluetooth because everyone has a Bluetooth with them in their phone.
So somehow in my phone, it registers who I've been around for the past, I don't know, say week, whether I know the person or not?
Yeah, because the Bluetooth will know this phone was at Governor's on this day at this time, and so was this phone at Governor's at this day and this time.
Are you taking some of the medicinal stuff to keep you from
Why is
getting
that
COVID?
so weird to you?
I know, I'm just making fun of you, but but that is a little, that's not far-fetched. I mean that really does show that Big Brother is watching.
Yeah, and that's why they're really definitely making it anonymous, because there are problems with it. And plus, Bluetooth isn't exactly known for its firewall capabilities. So there's
Wow.
they're working on it. It hasn't been rolled out, but that's one of the things that they're trying to do.
That's incredible.
Incredible.
And
What's
so-
more important is what are you going to do about French fries?
That is more important. Well, there you go. Felix is saying buy potatoes and make them.
Oh, yeah, I did. He likes baked potatoes, just plain baked potatoes, which is bizarre. I can't get enough salt and butter on my
What's
baked
bizarre?
potatoes.
I was having a
the
withdrawal
fact
from French
that you
fries.
just eat a baked potato you just nothing on it.
Yeah, no butter, no salt.
He just-
And skin and all, I just eat it. What's wrong with that?
He's on Weight Watchers or something. That's how he prefers
So
it.
you're picking on me for being healthy.
Yeah. So he's been eating baked potatoes. And you like them
I like them.
not as much, but you like them a lot.
Baked potatoes?
Yeah.
They don't even come close to French fries. Nothing does.
Yeah.
Just sex and baseball.
It's funny because I went into King Cullen last week to food shop because I've already had this thing. So I'm they send me out like Glenn on The Walking Dead to get supplies.
All right. I need to interrupt you. First off, we don't send you out. You said you guys aren't going out. I had
I'm
it,
a
so I'm going to go.
warrior.
But that's, and I'm changing the kind of going off course here, but is that true? If you've had it, are you immune to it? Is it like chicken pox?
It's better for me than you guys who, you haven't had anything.
Well, I never get sick. I only get cancer.
You only get cancer.
But I had cancer. I'm cancer-free.
I've never even seen you have a cold.
17 years ago. I don't get sick that often.
It's weird.
So I should go.
No, because since you've never been sick other than cancer, you
and a kidney stone.
You have no immunity to anything.
It's 420, says Carol Miner. Oh, please don't tell Sallie that.
I know. 4.
Oh, did you see that? Did you see how she was like, I know. Whoa, easy there. She's starting to sweat a little bit. Hello, Tom Galati. Glad I live in the boonies. Our stores are stocked, says Jack Scalia.
Yeah, and plus,
All
Jack,
right, so
when you
send
go
us some French fries.
When you go food shopping, I bet you don't have big crowds in there too. Oh, they're actually really, really, really,
really, really, really
trying to figure it out this week. Food stores where you just have curb pickup.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What, you call in your order?
Yeah, because they're Zach works at Stop and Shop. He's at
My
risk.
son is a hero.
The only thing, the greatest risk for the people working at the grocery stores are stupid people coming in and not touching stuff and stuff. So they want to take that element out. They want to do just roadside pickup. Like call in your order, we'll put it into bags, we'll bring it out to you, done.
Andrew Plagano says the antibody testing starts today. Rich Rader's watching. Rich, super job, you and Jeff. You guys Posted. You guys hosted Quarantine Life yesterday. Jeff and Rich stepped up to the plate. Our scheduled host for Quarantine Life had to cancel last minute. Jeff and Rich stepped up with 3 hours notice, and they rocked it. Makes me look forward to the show that they're going to do here in the studio once it's back open. They did a super job. So thank you to them. Congratulations to them. And Rich, I'm shocked you're even watching because golf courses are opening. I thought for sure you'd be running over there. Danielle's asking Sallie if you got tested. A lot of people had similar things and did not have it.
Yeah, I didn't get tested, but I'm like 100% sure I had it.
100%.
I am. And ask Mark White. He's coming on there right now. We had the same thing. And I should be on the milk carton for every symptom and I had it way before.
Milk carton? That's for missing people.
Yeah, but the poster child. The poster child for a certain thing. Yeah. So, yeah, I have no doubt that I had it. And it wasn't even I had it in the midst of everyone else. I had it early on when there weren't even a list of symptoms for me to be oh, I think I have that. I listed everything in my head that I had, and then I looked on the chart, and I'm yep, that was me.
Well, let's be clear here. You caught it from the Spin Doctors and Mike Keegan.
Not Mike Keegan.
Yes, definitely Mike Keegan.
Not Mike Keegan.
Joe Staz is hitting on Danielle. Lou Pratt's is watching.
Lou Pratt, I am so sorry about your wife and her family. They had just
quite the week,
devastating week for Lou Pratt's lovely wife. Really, my heart goes out to you. Sorry about everything in her life.
All right, so once again, the hilarious Les Deegan. We're going to be on the phone with him shortly. Les is just one of the greatest guys, comedian here on Long Island, singer. He's just a super, super, super guy. No, Andrew, they weren't on for 3 hours. They were on for an hour, but they did it on 3 hours notice.
Yeah, we woke up in the morning and there was a message that someone couldn't do the show. So I'm like, what about Jeff Bosey?
Yeah.
And, Jeff's sure. They're such good sports.
Charles Goonan is watching. Hello, Charles. Joe Staz got tested yesterday. Are you showing symptoms? See, I told you to stop going to your mother-in-law's house. I told you, Joe. All right, so the big thing this weekend, other of course than me not having French fries, the big thing this weekend, which I'm going to ask Les about it. Les is a big music guy.
Oh, so
yeah. So they had that special on the other night. What was it, Saturday night? The Lady Gaga thing. Did anybody watch it? I mean, of course, it's a great cause. You know, it was all for COVID. It's all for, honoring the people on the front lines and showing everybody that we're in this together. Just about everybody was, all the musical acts and all the celebrities who, they all did something from their homes. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. But, not to take away from the important cause, but what the hell was going on with Charlie Watts of the Rolling Stones?
Oh, the drummer?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I thought that was how do you not know? Because you're so up on that stuff. I don't at first I was like, is he air playing, air drumming? Because I always pretend to air drum Liberty DeVito. And I was looking at him, I'm like, he doesn't have drums. What is he doing?
He definitely had some kind of an electric or electronic drumsticks or something, because what he was doing, there was sound. He wasn't just air drumming to a pre-recorded drum track. There was a drum track. There was a bass that we didn't. It was just the four Stones on the screen. Mick, Keith, and Ronnie were playing guitars, and Keith and Charlie was playing suitcases. But he was making drum sounds. So he had some kind of electric drumsticks that was making sounds. But there was a pre-recorded drum track. There was a bass guitar that you didn't see anybody playing. There was a piano that we didn't see anybody playing. But it's not only that. It was just the fact, I don't even know what he was playing at the time. He was playing a different song. Out of nowhere, he was just all of a sudden he would go be
yeah, all of a sudden, because someone would mention him, and then all of a sudden he'd be like, hey. Yeah, it was funny.
It was. I swear to God, I don't even think the guy knew he was on camera. It was okay. I mean, I think he's 80-something years old. I think somebody just sat him down and said, okay, Charlie, go play your little drums. Okay.
Yeah.
And he was I don't even think he was playing the same song.
No, but he looked happy.
He was very happy. That's what I'm saying. He was just kind of once in a while drumming, and then all of a sudden he would, and then he'd go back.
All right, people are giving you recipes to make your own fries. You don't understand. He can't have anything touch food. Don't give me recipes with spices or oils or.
Well, it's not everybody. It's Felix, and we have to tell Felix this every time we talk about fries with him.
Yeah. He just can't help himself. He has to add rosemary to everything.
No, not to my French fries. You don't, Felix.
I didn't even look at his recipe.
I'll start swinging.
I bet you a quarter there's rosemary on it.
Oh, what the? See, it makes me mad just hearing that. You ruin the taste of good food with stuff.
With goop and
I don't
salt.
I don't even need ketchup. I don't like ketchup. I like salt, but I don't bother with it 95% of the time. I don't put salt on stuff.
I've never seen you put salt on anything.
Yeah, I do like salt, but.
You just complain if there's too much salt on something.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You cook a good steak, you don't need the spices, you just got to cook it right. And it's perfect.
No steak sauce.
No steak sauce.
Even
steak sauce.
Even just mentioning that to you gets you all riled up.
Hey, Graz is watching. Hello, Graz. Finale was great, says Les Deegan.
Yeah.
What was the finale? I don't even remember.
Well, from 8 o'clock on, I thought it was fantastic. I liked it before, and I liked all the they would cut to scenes of other countries.
Yeah, that stuff was cool.
People hanging out their windows, and I thought that was really well done. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, some people doing one guy would stand on the top of a building for other apartment buildings to see, and he would lead exercises, and people from one apartment, people from different apartments playing instruments, playing a song together. There's a lot of great stuff like that going on. They even spotlighted a nurse from New York. Was it a nurse or a doctor? Forgive me. From LIJ in, I think it was Manhasset.
Doctor.
Was it a doctor?
I was a woman. You can't think that she could be a doctor.
She was a woman. That's all I knew. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm a little off because I don't have French fries. I haven't had French fries, I think, since
4 days?
Yeah, something like that. That's bad.
Easy 3 days. It's so funny because I've gone years without a French fry, and
what the hell's the matter with you?
It wouldn't even occur to me to get who eats French fries? 8-year-olds at McDonald's.
All right, so what was the finale? I'm having a brain fart here. What was the finale of this thing? Because a few people said the finale was great. What was the finale of that thing the other night?
We watched it to the very end.
I know, and I'm forgetting what it was though. That's why I'm asking you to help me.
I don't remember.
Was it Lady? What was the finale? Help.
The prayer.
The prayer? Why don't I remember that? Who said a prayer? Was it Lady Gaga?
I'm going blank too.
Yeah, why don't I remember this? I remember being disappointed in McCartney. Like he was like,
He's so cute though. Who cares what he does?
I do. He was like making up his own. Like, I'm going to make up a new version of Lady Madonna on the spot.
You Beatle fans are so strict. Why can't it's his freaking song? Why can't he do whatever he wants to do with his song?
No, at this time, no. Do what you want to do during normal situations. At a time in need, when people need to be lifted. No,
he's played that song for 1,000 years. He's
right. So play a different one.
And every other artist will have different versions of their own song. But the Beatles, every time they do anything different, it's like, oh,
no,
like
that's
people
not
in
true.
their like Sergeant Pepper outfits are like, you didn't do that right.
No, that's
You're
not true.
Crazy.
Paul McCartney once went on TV and did a completely different version of "Can't Buy Me Love," which "Can't Buy Me Love" to me is one of the greatest pop songs ever. And it just rocks, and it's such a fun song, and I like the words. But he went on TV and he did like a folk thing to "Can't Buy Me Love." I thought it was great. I wouldn't take it over the original.
Alone? Did other Beatle fans complain about it?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yes, you do.
I don't know. I swear to God, I don't know. But I enjoyed it. But he did this.
Right, Les.
Oh yes,
that was very good.
Bocelli, John Legend. Celine Dion and Lady Gaga. Okay, thank you, Les. Les, we're going to call you in a minute. Yep, we're just about there. Time to call Les. Excuse me. But McCartney did the same thing for 9/11. He put together that concert, the Star-Studded concert at MSG for the firemen. He comes out and he goes out there and he's just snapping his fingers and he does this like a cappella thing of Yesterday.
Oh, that's awesome.
Then he plays like 5 songs that are new that nobody ever heard before. No, look at the Who that night. They came out. They played "Who Are You," "Behind Blue Eyes," Bob O'Reilly, and "Won't Get Fooled Again," and they rocked the place. The firemen were freaking going nuts. McCartney should have went out there. "Can't Buy Me Love," "Helter Skelter," "Get Back." All these rockers that he has. Instead, he plays, "I'm going to play another new song, so everybody's going to be bored."
Oh, come on.
And then now we need him for this, and he comes out with this little organ and plays this slow thing of Lady Madonna. Doesn't even play the whole song. Like, what are you doing? No, play something fun, or play the real version of Lady Madonna is fun.
He could do whatever he wants.
No, he can't.
He's cute Paul McCartney.
He is cute Paul McCartney. He's rock royalty. He's probably one of the most loved people on the planet, including by me. I have everything the guy's ever recorded put out, I should say.
You're a big Wings guy.
But in time of need, play something we all want to hear. Damn it. Damn it.
Okay, let's call him.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's right. You're doing it there, right? So we're gonna.
Yeah.
We are calling Les Deegan. One of a comedian here on Long Island, a great singer, and just one of the nicest guys you will ever meet in your life.
Dun, 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 dun.
As Sallie still tries to figure it out.
It's a process.
Okay. Les Deegan. Oh, and there's Sallie. Check out Les Deegan on YouTube and Facebook. Oh, there he is.
Hello.
Yay.
Hello, Les Deegan. How are you?
Am I on?
You're on.
You are on.
All right, thank you. First things first, thanks so much that we finally made it. We finally made it. All the times you asked me, but I can't really do it because I work in Manhattan. But
right.
With the pandemic, I'm working at home, so it was my pleasure to take some time out of my business working from home day job day to be with you lovely guys.
Well, we're glad that we were finally able to make this work and have you on here today. All right, let's get right into this. What did you think of the Rolling Stones that night?
Say that again. It's hard to hear you a little bit, even with my hearing aids.
The Stones. What did you think of the Stones the other night?
I actually enjoyed that. It was very cool seeing the 4 of them in different quadrants, and like they came in one at a time. And naturally, I mean, it's not going to be like they're together, but it was really enjoyable. It was good to see them all together, and I'm a big Rolling Stones fan, and it was one of the highlights for me.
But what did you think of Charlie Watts? Were you watching Charlie at all?
Yeah, with his electronic Kenner or like drum set, I thought that was kind of cool.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay, so explain that, because at first I was like, oh, he's just kind of like air drumming for fun, and then all of a sudden I realized, oh, there must be like some type of electronic things.
Yeah, well, my son used to work in a guitar center and sales, so yeah, they have all these electronic drum sets. So I guess that was the easiest for him, is instead of like setting up this whole big thing.
Right, right. But what was it? So he had these, because they were just suitcases in front of him. So they're just some kind of electronic stick that makes the noise of what you're supposedly hitting at that moment?
I guess, to be honest with you, I didn't really look that closely at it.
Oh, all right. But the reason I asked, though, was because he seemed to Charlie just seemed to be really enjoying himself at times. Like there were times he was just kind of playing, and all of a sudden he was just, and then he went back. Like he seemed like, I don't know if he was drunk or senile. What did you think was going on with him?
Well, think of how tough this was for them. In other words, we're all watching them, but he's sitting there staring into a phone or a computer, going, "Oh, what the hell is this? How long do we have to do this for? I'm not even getting paid for this."
That's true.
I'm even glad to be alive. Let me look up. What do you think, Keith? Can you see me up there in that square?
The Rolling Stones meets the Brady Bunch, looking up at squares.
That's right. This is fun.
Oh, of course, yeah, it's fun. We try to be fun. Now, all right. So before we go any further, I asked you before we went on the air, but I'll ask you again. Everybody's fine, right? Everybody's feeling good?
Yeah, everyone's doing good, thank God. And my kids are all over the place. My daughter and son-in-law live in South Korea. And actually, they're doing very well. It's very well managed there, and they're healthy. My son's in Brooklyn with his dog, and he lost his job. He was a manager of a coffee house, but hopefully he'll be back in action soon. And my daughter lives out in Long Beach, and a little cabin fever in her little studio, but she's hanging in there. And my wife is home. Her school is closed, so she's kind of like teaching from home, and I'm doing my thing with, can I give a quick plug, very quick, to my company?
Yeah, whatever you
Mercury Shipping and Logistics, and we're a shipping partner and provide all shipping solutions to companies. We're an essential business, so I'm basically reaching out to, food and beverage, diagnostics, healthcare, just trying to keep things going until my sitcom finally comes through.
I'm pulling for that sitcom.
Can I address one thing?
Please, anything you want.
I'm taking control right away.
That's fine.
That's fine by
we'll
us.
take a nap.
We've never had
when
it.
When you first came on the air, I was listening. You said all those nice words about me and being positive and everything. And most people don't know, but yes, I've developed a reputation for always being happy. But with everyone watching, and I think, what are we, like 45 million viewers right now?
46 to be exact.
Okay, all right. So all you 46 million viewers out there, being happy takes a lot of hard work.
Yes.
That's right. You don't like I wake up in the morning, happy Monday, happy Tuesday, here's this. No, it's a lot of hard work,
isn't it?
Every morning I read motivational literature, I listen to inspirational music, and I smoke a bowl of opiated hash. No, relax, I'm kidding. I never read before noon.
That's great. Well, and it's true. I mean, everybody just, you say the name Les Deegan, and everybody just smiles. It really is.
Yeah,
it's the truth.
I try.
And you mentioned where you work, Mercury Shipping. I actually have it on my list of questions here. Has Mercury Shipping been involved with the delivery of food? Like, have they gotten involved at all?
Well, no, absolutely. We're a shipping and logistics company, transportation, and we service all industries. But right now, a lot of businesses are closed. So from a company to keep things going, you really want to focus on those industries that are also essential.
Right.
So people need food, they need health care, other businesses. So it's, two of the many services industries we service. But right now, I guess, a focus on that. So
What do you ship?
Grateful
Like what
to
exactly?
be-
Where do you ship to, and what do you actually do?
Where do you ship to, and what do you do? She asked.
Well, everything. Well, I'm in the sales department, so I'm in business development. So my job is to go out and find companies that we can do business with. But it's a one-stop shopping for all shipping. We can do small package, FedEx, UPS, DHL. We're also a freight forwarder. So what I usually say is we can help our clients with anything from shipping a FedEx envelope from Manhattan to Hackensack, New Jersey, to importing and shipping thousands of pounds of computer equipment on pallets from India to Sioux City, Iowa. So really, no matter what you have, we're able to do. So so those are my three S's: singing, sales, and stand-up comedy.
And what are you doing? Are you
Shipping.
working?
I guess that's the fourth one.
You working? Yeah, right.
How are you guys doing, by the way?
we're
This
doing
is rough
fine.
for
Sally,
everybody.
we think Sally had it back in February
Yeah, I'm
before
pretty
it was.
sure I had it.
Before it was such big news, when it was still kind of creeping in. So we
Right.
didn't
But
really
I got it from the
recognize it at
spin
first.
doctor, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I don't know if you can hear her, but yeah, she said she caught it from the spin doctors. Mark White, the bass player for the Spin Doctors, is a friend of ours. He's been in here, and we went to see him. We were
really?
hanging out with him when they were playing at the Paramount at the end of January, and I think it was like 2 or 3 days after the concert, Mark and the lead singer of the band both got very sick.
Well, no,
And
Chris
then-
came singing with it. Like
Chris was at the concert
he
feeling sick
was
already. the
not
singer?
feeling well.
Oh, okay.
And then like maybe 4 days later, me and Mark got it.
Sally and Mark eventually picked it up themselves. So Sally can claim that she almost died from a spin doctor.
Yep, I was making out with the band.
Wow.
And then
What
her
a way to
oldest
go.
son, her oldest
know, right?
son caught it too, but
Yeah.
he's fine. Everybody's fine now. So we're just
He's just about done coughing. He's
Yeah.
felt good for about a week now.
we're laying low. We come in here, but only because we're infecting each other already. There's nobody else coming in the building, so we still come in
Right.
here so we can at least do the show and hopefully do our part and try to keep some smiles on some people's faces, and even for ourselves. It is a little bit of normalcy to keep our routine. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, what was I going to? You're working from home? That's what I wanted. I knew there was something. You working from home or?
Yeah, well, gratefully, I'm working from home. We do have the company does have a skeletal staff of operations in the city, but basically everything I do can be done by phone, email. So very,
That's great.
very, very, very grateful that. However, on the other spectrum, the showbiz. Oh God, do you miss being out there or what?
Oh, big time.
Right. And unfortunately, you know how showbiz is hit and miss. You get busy, then you get lows. March, April, and moving forward, so much on the table that just.
Yeah, March, April,
Yeah, my
May
way-
is usually everyone's like busy time, and then it kind of like slows down for the summer.
Right. So,
So we missed that.
if
Like
it does pick up, well, musicians it probably doesn't slow down for you in the summer. Stand-up comedy slows down in the summer a little bit, but you're probably still going
right.
all year, right? Singing.
The comedy, well, there are a lot of places that do comedy, but generally, yeah, maybe a little slower. But for music, I got a bunch of stuff. Well, I got to keep it family friendly.
Okay.
On the music end, my standards and show tunes. I do a tremendous amount of work. Senior communities, assisted living, nursing homes.
Right.
So I have stuff booked for the whole year. So each week the cancellations come in, but I'm hoping some of them stick.
How far have they canceled you so far? How far out?
I got 2 cancellations for May.
Okay.
Because it looks like that's not going to happen.
Right. Yeah, we're
And,
stuck.
yeah,
I
the
hope generally
nursing
speaking-
homes have the nursing homes have really
Well, right, and
taken.
that's what he's always talking about, the assisted living music tour. He always calls
Yeah.
it. And,
Right, my Las Vegas, right. And I
Right.
got to tell you, I miss that because I have stuff booked almost every weekend. I had 2 nice little Jewish guy. What does he do on Easter Sunday? He gets a double header. I had 2 nursing homes that I lost.
right.
Yeah,
And
sorry.
so yeah, that's I really look forward to that. I mean, it's special performing for these folks, and it's nice when a month later, or two, the check comes in the mail. That's all
Right.
extra stuff.
This
And
is fun. Assisted living places, you'd think it would be just dull and boring and people drooling. But we did like Tony does the game shows. And so I did a game show with him a couple of times at an assisted living place. And they're racy. They're they're like the funniest answers I think we've gotten where, people in their like 70s and 80s, because, they've seen it all.
Yeah. Oh, can you not? You can't hear her? Or?
No. I'm good. I'm good. It's interesting with assisted living and nursing homes, just like regular audiences, where sometimes you never know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
It can be the same thing for seniors. There are some assisted living facilities where the people are just like, they're over the top.
Oh, yeah.
And they're so much fun. But then again, and especially as a singer, some nursing homes, then it is people sitting there and drooling, and it's Alzheimer's and dementia, and I got to tell you, those are extra special because you got to bring it to them. They may not seem like they're with it, but that's why recreation directors hire entertainers to be interactive and engaging and get them going. And on a sentimental note, there's nothing more rewarding than to perform for someone that has dementia or Alzheimer's, and look in their eyes and like with a song, get them to remember, something.
Right, they start singing along, right.
Right. One of my last nursing home show was one of my regular places. It's Highfield Gardens Care Center in Great Neck, which that was the last we did before. And by the way, I have them booked for July 5th in the afternoon, and at night, it's a Sunday. We're taking the family to Jones Beach to see Stevie Winwood.
Wow.
So that Sunday is going to be me doing my afternoon and then going to Jones Beach. So I hope this is over by then.
Yeah, I hope it's
Absolutely.
not canceled. Like 4th of July is like one of my favorite holidays, so I'm going to be like really
I
bummed.
hope so, because I think some of the Jones Beach shows were some canceled.
Yeah.
Well, Mark White just wrote in that all of his stuff in New York was canceled for June.
Oh yeah, for the spin doctors in June.
Yeah,
they were
and it
supposed to
wasn't
come
him.
back,
The mayor just canceled everything.
Right. Wow. Yeah. Hopefully.
Anyway,
That's the thing. I hope we get at least half the summer in, because I think that would be the perfect thing to lift everybody's spirits back up, and they can get out to places like the beach to enjoy themselves.
Oh, absolutely. So,
Yeah.
but we all miss performing. It's,
Yep, absolutely. We had Eric Tartaglione on the phone Thursday. This poor bastard, I thought he was going to cry. I mean, he
Yeah.
sounded so upset to not be performing and not
Yeah.
having his regular.
Yeah,
life.
I never liked Eric. He's one of my favorite people
Isn't he?
in Long Island comedy.
Just makes me happy just seeing him.
Big
Like,
Met
just-
fan like yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Some people you think of and
Absolutely.
you just have to smile.
That's a plus, right? This is probably the longest the Mets haven't lost.
That's that's true. That's true.
All right, so here's
Definitely miss baseball.
oh, without a doubt, man. I've been watching some of the MLB 20. I don't know if you've seen this on YouTube.
Oh no.
It's computer, computer graphics and whatnot. They're going with the current lineups and the stats and they're trying to, they're playing these simulated games. I mean, at first I was like, it was better than nothing at first, but I watched maybe 1-2 games. And I'm like, it's just.
They should make it funny. Like at least like
Yeah.
like I said, like twice during each game the umpire take it in the nuts or something. They have to like shake it up
can
a
you-
bit.
Can you imagine?
Run on the field.
Can you imagine, like, if they start playing games with no? I mean, I would watch it, but I mean, it wouldn't be the same.
They've started that in Taiwan. They're playing games with no crowd.
Right. Did you see a clip? They had a free for all.
And they said that never happens. They had a bench clearing brawl. I think it was their second game in, and they had
Right. They were freaking out. Ooh, no noise. We fight now.
But you see
You make our own noise.
the pitcher. He's not
that
Japanese. I don't know if he's African American, but that's what he looks like. And I don't know what nationality he is. Last name is Sosa. He kept pitching inside to the batter, and you could see the batter was getting mad. And he turns to the catcher, so it's the pitcher's teammate, and you see the catcher looking at the guy and going, pointing at the pitcher like, "Hey man, this ain't me." And then the team is yelling. The batter's team is yelling from the dugout, and the catcher does it again. He actually looks into the dugout, and he's like, he actually does, not me, and he points again at the pitcher like he's totally throwing this guy under the bus. It was really funny.
That's crazy.
And then they just all jumped off the benches.
Yeah, and then they fought. Yeah.
Like they should make this fake stuff, like no helmets or anything, because obviously they're not getting hit. So make it where like the head goes, gets slammed and blood goes flying.
Wow, you're very
I think
violent.
it'd be more interesting.
Well, they brought in for one of the Met games from this MLB 20, this computer thing. They brought in Gary, Keith, and Ron to call one of the games. So
okay.
That was fun.
That
was fun. But yeah, it's still I'm with you, man. I miss baseball. We'll have to we'll have to set something up.
Here's a little,
Go ahead.
I have an interesting little tidbit.
I'd love to hear.
I went to Queens College with Howie Rose.
I just messaged him this weekend to see if he'd like to come on this show. Wow.
What a terrific guy.
Did you guys know each other? You were friends?
Well, we were. I mean, he wouldn't know me now. Of course, everyone knows him. We were in mass communications majors at Queens College, and we were in several classes. And I have vivid memories of hanging out with him and having coffee. He would bring his cassettes to class of him, like from going to a Ranger game or something and calling the game. He would sit in the stands. And back then, he's the same age as me, as it's late teen or whatever.
Right.
And he would call the games from the stands and make like he was the announcer.
What? He had like a Walkman or something, and he would just call the games
to
himself?
just a little cassette player.
Yeah.
And he would, and he was a really nice, friendly guy. And we were in a TV production class together. The memory that sticks out is it was a TV class where, like in groups of 4, we had to do a TV show where one person was the director, another was the cameraman, the other was the talent, and then whatever else there was, and then take turns. Like, it's really hard.
Sure.
To, even like the most simple little show, to, all right, zoom in on 1, zoom in on 2, and cut. Blah, 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 blah. And so,
nice.
like with these, like really sophisticated shows, I don't know how they do it.
Right.
Anyway, so we graduated, lost touch, and then one day, all of a sudden, years later, remember the sports phone?
Yeah, of course.
The what?
Sports
Maybe
phone.
a little too young for sports phone.
You would
you
call
would-
up
you
to
would-
get scores and stuff.
Oh, all right.
Right, you would call like the weather or whatever, you call like 1212,
Right.
just to find out like what happened last night or whatever. And all of a sudden it was like Howie Rose for sports phone. Howie Rose, and it made sense.
Right.
It made sense. And
Wow, that's cool.
talk about following your dreams.
Right. Yep.
So anyway, that's
Well,
my
I
Howie
used
Rose
to hear
story.
that about you. You used to go to Broadway to see Fiddler, and you'd be singing it into your cassette. And Anthony Quinn had you kicked out.
That's my dream. That's my dream. Someday play Tevye on Broadway.
There you go.
That's right.
All right, now the big question, Les. You posted about the show, TV show Hunters. What did you think?
We really enjoyed it.
That's it?
Would you
I'm kidding.
expand?
Yeah, well, yeah.
No, it was. I thought it was. I thought it was. The story was very creative.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just brilliant too, and some of the acting was. I mean, Pacino was phenomenal.
His best in years. I thought.
Yeah, but the story itself was. I don't want to if people haven't seen it, I don't give what happens. I can say there are many twists and turns
Right.
that you don't see coming. That's not a spoiler. I mean, that's
No, that's not a spoiler
those
at
are
all.
things
No,
that
no.
twist.
We're going to spoil it big time on
but there's-
Thursday. Or is
Friday.
it Thursday? Friday.
Friday, we're going to spoil it big time because we have the actor who played the character Joe, the
Asian guy?
the Japanese character. He's
Oh, okay.
He's going to be on our show Friday. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So we've
Oh,
already
he's-
been telling
love it.
everybody, get ready. Go watch the show and get it all in because we're definitely going to be doing spoilers while we talk to him. Very excited about that too. By the way.
Right.
Tony's not telling you why he's asking you if you liked why you liked Hunters.
No, I actually. The reason I asked less about Hunters because he posted it on Facebook. How he saw it, and then he wrote, "Oh, I read on Facebook some people didn't like the ending," and I'm like, "Son of a bitch, that's
Yeah.
we actually said that on the show here. We didn't like the ending,
But then we watched it again, and we
watched
liked
it
a
a
lot
second
more.
time, and we liked it a lot. We liked the ending a lot better after watching the whole.
Right
Actually,
now,
watched
I'd
the whole
ask
thing
you
a second time.
what didn't you like about it, but then it's going to be you're going to spoil it for people that didn't see it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it Friday.
So if you want to,
But on episode
some point and
7,
tell me.
on episode 7, remember when Joe was doing he was in like the meeting, like the people in a big circle in a room, like talking about their time in the war.
Right. It was like a therapy session.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah,
therapy session.
Tony was an extra. He was one of the people in that circle. So like people will like keep emailing him. Did I just see you on
You
Hunters?
were in the circle?
Yeah, if you go back and watch it, there's a close up of me. Go back and watch it.
Oh, I don't know how I missed it because usually I'm good at that.
I don't know how you miss it either. There's a close up of me.
Oh, now
That's not why
I
I
got to
said
go
it.
back and watch it
Yeah,
again.
just go back and watch that one scene. It's funny.
Oh, that was great.
Yeah, it was
So
cool.
how'd you get that? Who books that?
I'm booked. I'm registered with a few agencies. Who get
Oh, okay.
background actors, and they wanted a couple of people who without a leg, because it was a vets thing. Make it look like these guys were in the war. So they specifically called me. I had no idea what it was until I think it was a day or two before I got the details. And I had read I just happened to read somewhere that Pacino was working on it was the first time he's ever done a TV show. So I happened to know that he was on it. And then when I saw the title, I was like, holy shit. Praying I was going to meet Al Pacino, but he wasn't in that scene. But,
Wow.
but it was, still a lot of fun. And, it was cool to be in. It was a great scene. And,
Yeah.
and then, now to have the guy that did the main character of that scene now to come to our show,
I know.
it kind of makes it full circle and makes it
He's
even more
such a
interesting.
great
but-
character. Yeah.
So,
Must be nice to have that prosthetic work coming in.
hey, whatever works, man.
Yeah.
It's true. Whatever works.
It's so funny. Like I don't know anything whatsoever about acting, but like when hanging around Tony, it's so funny to me how
bad some actors can be.
feelings do not matter in like the acting world. Like you'll see things like fat girl in her 20s, mole on her cheek. That's who we need. It's like so funny. I'm like, and they're like, oh, that's me. You type it in, and it's so like it.
Right.
They
want
don't
a
mess
specific
around.
type, right.
Like, fat with fat hanging over your jeans. Yeah, that's what we want. It's so weird.
Well, that's exciting. I would definitely like. It was the seventh episode 7.
Yep.
That's episode 7. Yeah. That's where that scene takes place.
It's towards the end, isn't it, of the show?
I think it. No, I don't think it is. I think it's actually
In the middle?
Yeah, kind of
Yeah,
towards the
just
middle.
scroll
I think.
through. It's a
Yeah,
long
I don't
scene.
remember.
So I wonder. See, there's something I wonder about moving forward with the Al Pacino character. That's all I'll say.
Yes.
But I wonder. Well, I don't want to ruin it for
I know.
people.
Don't ruin it right
Yeah.
now. Because I just saw some people saying I'm going to start watching it tonight. But yeah, I know how you feel.
Well,
Because I have an idea of how he'll be there.
Oh, okay. All right. So why don't we maybe another week or so we'll do this again and we'll get you back on and we'll discuss it.
I would love to do that, Sallie, Tony. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Les. As
Hugs.
always, thank you for the
Hugs,
support
hugs,
and
hugs.
spending some time with us. Happy birthday, by the way. Your son celebrated his birthday last week.
Thank you.
You have
Appreciate
the
that.
cutest family. We were like looking through your photos today on Facebook. It's like such a happy, cute family.
You guys are very happy, very close, right?
Like I'm glad you all have
Oh,
each
you
other.
know, we're not killing each other. We are so happy. We are so happy. We're not anxious and depressed. We are so filled with enthusiasm. When we're not at each other's throats, we are America's #1 fan.
That's great. Ladies and gentlemen,
Nobody
Les Deegan.
escapes the wrath of life.
Thank you, pal. And yeah, let's definitely do this again in like a week or so. I'll be in touch. And when all this is over, me and you will grab Tartaglione, and we got to hit a Met game. I know we've talked a lot about getting together and doing something. We got to make it happen.
That sounds great.
All right, I'll be in
safe.
touch, Les. Thank you, buddy.
Tony, Sallie.
Bye. Right back at you. Always great seeing you. Say hi to
See you
Kat.
later.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Les Deegan, ladies
for
and
having me
gentlemen.
on.
Les Deegan, the very funny Les Deegan. What a great guy. We thank him for his time today. And yeah, go check out Hunters this week so that we can spoil it for you on Friday.
Oh, Felix said he's been watching Lilyhammer. I've been trying to get Tony to watch it because he's
I
such a
haven't
big
seen that yet.
Soprano fan.
Yeah.
It's like Silvio is it's a different character for him, but pretty much the same. That goes to what is it, Sweden or
Norway, Sweden, yeah, something like that, yeah.
yeah, great show. But anyway, yeah, Felix, don't finish that. Just start watching Hunters today.
All right, there you go. It is just about time for us to go. But I got some announcements, so hang tight.
You're like, don't shut it
I
off.
know I'm looking over like.
Like you have 14 seconds for your announcement.
Again, we're very excited about Friday's show where we're going to have Louis Azawa joining us on the phone or Skype. We're still working out those details. But Louis Azawa, who plays the character Joe on Hunters on Amazon, it's a show with Al Pacino. He's going to be joining us to talk about the show. So we're very excited about that. That's Friday. GovsRadio.com. Don't forget, today is Monday. We have Quarantine Life coming at 2 o'clock. Our host today is Danielle Asher. Danielle
nice.
Asher, who was on last night doing, she was singing live from her living room, I think she called. Yeah, I saw that. I wasn't going to say anything. Danielle Asher, yeah, she host of Knockem Dead Comedy's Chick Chat Wednesdays with Eric. She was singing last night, did a great job. So she's hosting Quarantine Life today here on GovsRadio.com at 2 o'clock. And then that is actually it for Govs Radio today. Normally we would have The Wirt Show with Mike and Pete on tonight. They're actually going to be on tomorrow night. The Wirt Show with Mike and Pete, they're going to be on tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. Because I think today was Pete's wedding anniversary, I think it was. So Pete didn't want to end up...
You're not going to be doing a podcast. When
if he knows what's good for him. Tomorrow's Quarantine Life is hosted by Tom Galati, who hosted Cruising the Pike, Cars and Comedy with Tom Galati this past Saturday, which was fantastic. Speaking of fantastic, Don Sill also did his Put Up, Shut Up, Stand Up Quarantine series this past Saturday. It was fantastic. John Joseph was one of the guests. And not like Les Deegan, John Joseph is just one of our favorites. Super funny guy, super great guy. Lots of great stories. He was in here with us once or twice. He just has some great stories with Harry Chapin and Paul Newman. Just a lot of great stuff. Graz is hosting Quarantine Life on Wednesday. Felix on Thursday. And then Don Sill on Friday. And MJ on Saturday. And speaking of Felix, don't forget tomorrow, after our show, tomorrow at 12:30, you have Iron Chef COVID-19 with Chef Felix. Don't miss that. And, of course, GovsRadio.com. All our swag, the mugs, the hats, the shirts, everything can be found at teespring.com. And, of course, our shows, GovsRadio.com. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube. We're on our website. And on your TVs, your smart TV, on your Roku, on your Fire Sticks, Apple TVs. If you go on an app called Boxcast, that's where you will find all your favorite GovsRadio.com shows. And I think that does it.
The Steve Square Show will be on this evening at
they are.
6:30. You could check them out.
Oh, my apologies. For some reason, I thought this was their week off. Steve Square tonight at 6:30, right here at GovsRadio.com. Okay, so we have that. So we have Quarantine Life at 2 o'clock with Danielle, Steve Square at 6:30, and then we're back here tomorrow at 11. Hope everybody's well.